we live?
We are live.
All right. Well, we are here this afternoon with sweet little Petunia June. So we'll just give everyone a second to join, let some folks start tuning in. If you're already here, welcome. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We're very happy to be spending the afternoon with you. Right? What do you think? What do you think? I'd say this is some progress for Petunia, honestly. Oop.
She's like, too soon?
She's like, progress indeed.
But not too much progress.
Yes. And you know what? That's fine. I think this is great, actually. Do you like the perching height? Do you? Do we have some folks tuning in now?
We do.
Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Vibe Tunes. Welcome.
Did you just put your hand in poo?
I may have just put my hand in a nice, fresh chicken poo. How's everybody's lunchtime going today? So we are here with Petunia June, or theoretically with Petunia June, depending on her degree of cooperation with us this afternoon, to give a very special announcement that you may have already seen on some of our social media. So we are 1 week out from the start of a very exciting month-long pledge. Petunia, can we see her at all? Or
Not really. She's too close to the camera.
She's too close to the camera base there. Oh, sweetheart. Let's see. What do you think? Oh, yee.
Ooh, Kaden, what do we got in there?
So in here we have leftover strawberries, which Petunia, for some reason, does not seem to love. You know, if you tell the other birds that you've left behind all of your strawberries, they're going to have words to say. They are. Because these are really good treats. And all of the other chickens like strawberries. Nope.
We thought about it.
We did think about it. And we decided not good strawberries, apparently. But, yeah, so Petunia June is, she just had her lunch, which included scrambled Petunia June eggs, plus some veggie baby food, and some strawberries. And apparently the strawberries were the least welcome of all of those things. Yes. So, although she is not necessarily cooperating with us, I wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of what we are doing and why we are doing our Petunia's Pledge from October 1st to November 1st. We are encouraging folks to sign up for Petunia's Pledge. And Petunia here is the ambassador of this campaign. Because she is a rescued egg-laying hen. She's someone who would have been, used for her eggs in a farming context. She is the kind of chicken who lays all of the brown eggs that we would see in grocery stores for the most part. And she was lucky enough to have either escaped a live market in New York City, or to have fallen off of a truck, bringing her to be killed. And here she is at Sanctuary, living life to the fullest, finally getting healthy. She's a relatively new rescue. She is looking, I would say, if you've been tuning in, I would say she looks less scruffy and altogether just a bit better than when she first arrived here at Sanctuary now. We're starting to actually see the effects of living in a good environment with good veterinary care and all of that supportive stuff that she needs going on. So she's fortunate to be making a nice rebound from her less than adequately cared for life before arriving here at Sanctuary. And we have a question, it looks like.
It's actually a question for me. So she's sitting here. Do you want to swap places?
Oh, yes, perhaps we should do that.
Okay, Kaden and I are going to swap places. So, unless you want to walk over there now.
Well, if
What do
Lauren
you think, little
stands
one?
up, then Petunia June is giving herself a bath. So she's having a good old time. She's a very, very sweet bird. She is active, loves to take dust baths, loves to preen, is neutral on her rooster friend.
Where is her handsome boy? He's
Over in the corner.
He's over in the corner.
Yeah.
We can't really see him. If he comes over, we'll get a look at him.
Yes. And she is very much interested in greeting all of our humans, but she is not necessarily a super cuddly chicken at the moment. However, as someone who would have been used for her eggs prior to her rescue, she is sort of the perfect resident here at the sanctuary to be the face of a campaign or a pledge that's all about going from vegetarian to vegan for a month. So October 1st is World Vegetarian Day, and November 1st is World Vegan Day. And so we want to take this wonderful opportunity to challenge all of our wonderful supporters who have been tuning in, following what the sanctuary is up to, who we know love animals and want to see them live their lives to the fullest, but who might not yet be vegan. And we want to challenge you to take Petunia's Pledge and to try being vegan for a month and hopefully continue it after this month is over. And we know that this is a bit of a leap for a lot of us. It's a big change at times. It can feel like we don't know where exactly to start. And so Petunia's Pledge is full of opportunities to get some support and information that you need in order to in order to make that transition from perhaps vegetarian to vegan. Can we see me at all?
No, I can't get both of you in the thing, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, that's perfect.
To make that transition from vegetarian to vegan. Oh, the sun is in my eyes. I don't know how you do it down here, Petunia. She's like, I don't know why you're lying next to me. I'm not going to. Thank you. What do we think?
We did have a quick question about how old is she, if we know how old she is.
That's a really good question. So, we can't know for sure how old she is, but I am going to say she was rescued this summer, and she was rescued right before she would have been killed as a spent laying hen. So, if I say that, do we have any guesses? I'm going to let folks take a guess at how old Petunia June might be. She was rescued this summer, 2020, and she was most likely, at the time of her rescue, a spent laying hen. Again, she was found on the streets of New York City, so she probably fell off of a truck on her way to be killed, or escaped a live market shortly before she would have been killed.
And we also had some wonderful help from the Wild Bird Fund.
We did.
In welcoming her up here to the sanctuary. And by the way,
did.
Kaden, do you want to tell the people what, spent means in this context? I don't know if everyone's going to know that.
Oh, yes. So, spent in this context means that she was considered no longer the most useful of the laying hens. Sure, Petunia June would still make eggs, and we're going to see if we can get me in here too. What do you think? Petunia June would still make eggs, but she wouldn't make them fast enough with few enough health issues on her part, and she wouldn't turn her food into eggs as efficiently, so she would be more costly to maintain, and so she would no longer be wanted by the people who were farming her. So spent is like, we're done with her in this kind of scenario. Did we have some guesses come in?
2 years old or less?
Yeah, she's about 2 years old. Um, so, still a very, very young chicken. If we think about our Colorado babies who were rescued in um, January of 2019, they're honestly, it's hard to believe it, but they're kind of approaching their second birthday. They're gonna be 2 at the end of this year. And Petunia June, not much older than them, but already considered spent. Of course, our sweet little Colorado babies would have only been allowed to live 6 months had they been kept on a farm. But all of these guys are so young.
Weeks.
Did I say 6 months?
You said months.
Oh, wild. No, 6 weeks. Um, so our Colorado babies would have only lived about 6 weeks on a farm. Petunia June would have been kept till she was about 2 years old. Um, and it's not that she doesn't lay eggs now. Hopefully she will be implanted soon so that she will stop laying eggs, so that she can live a nice, longer, healthy life with fewer health issues that are going to crop up. But she's a youngster. We've got chickens here, like her buddy Max, who is
7?
7.
Because he's part of Travis's rescue,
Yeah,
right?
he was
That was
rescued
2013.
He's probably approaching, he's probably closer to 8 years old at this point. He's 7 going on 8.
How old is Nancy there behind us, by the way? Maybe we should also maybe get a quick peek at Nancy.
We can certainly go and say hello to Nancy in a minute.
Yeah. We'll hang out with Petunia, because I think you have more details about the pledge, don't you?
I do have more details about the pledge as I ramble on and on. So we know that, and also if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will answer them about Miss Petunia. And if you have questions about chickens in general, or any of our other happenings here at the sanctuary, I am happy to answer. But we are aware that it's hard to make a transition, and it can feel daunting. Many of us, took some time here at the sanctuary. Many of us who are now vegan, took time before we made that transition to kind of figure it out for ourselves. And we know that having support along the way is really, really important. And so if you take Petunia's Pledge, you get some perks. And the list of perks is a little longer than I am able to remember without feeling like I've forgotten something. So if you forgive me, I am going to pull out my list here.
We can probably forgive you. It is quite a list, I mean.
It's quite the list. So, Petunia, well, you're 2 years old now, so you should be starting to learn how to read, at least memorizing the words in your favorite books. Is that... No. That's not how chicken development goes? Okay. So, we will get... If you sign up for Petunia's Pledge, and you are looking for some tips and tricks about what to eat and how to make it, especially since a lot of us have a lot more time at home in our own kitchens these days, you will get a free virtual cooking class with Chef Linda. You will also get a list of easy vegan tips and tricks in a PDF that you can download, and you'll get that emailed right to you as soon as you sign up if you click the link that I am sure we've included in our comments by now. And Chef Linda will also be doing a general Vegan 101 class online as well, sort of answering any questions that folks may have about substance. Sorry, trucks going on behind us because we've got an active sanctuary here and the chores still have to get done regardless of whether or not we're filming. But if you have questions about, what substitutions do I make for eggs or milk or butter in baking, how do I plan a well-balanced meal? Like, what does that look like if I don't put, animal foods on my plate? Chef Linda is there to help answer those questions, and you will get a free virtual sanctuary class with her that way. You'll also have the chance to be added to a private Facebook group where you can get individualized support, and where Lauren and I will be doing some scheduled bonus virtual sanctuary episodes with a few of our residents here at the sanctuary, answering any questions you may have about their lives, and why we're choosing to advocate veganism for them, and why we choose to go vegan for them. And then, of course, we also want to thank you for helping support the sanctuary and doing this for the animals. So we are offering discount codes for 35% off of all merch in our online store. And you'll also get a discount on a Compassionate Cuisine cookbook if you so choose. Have I gotten everything?
That is a lot.
I think I've got it all covered.
Oh my gosh, who is excited? In the comments, let us know if you're excited.
So there are lots of supports out there that you can get if you sign up for Petunia's Pledge. Here's the thing, it is not just for vegetarians who are interested in taking a month-long challenge to shift to eating vegan. It is also for anyone. So maybe you are veg curious, but not even vegetarian right now. We still encourage you to take Petunia's Pledge. And if you are already vegan, take Petunia's Pledge. Join us in the cooking classes. That's fine. Take Petunia's Pledge and share it with your friends and family who you've been just longing for the opportunity to do something like this with. We want you to still share it far and wide and not miss out on the fun as well. And I'm sure that if you take Petunia's Pledge and you're already vegan and you join this private Facebook group, you would have a lot of wonderful ways to support folks as well, and thoughts on that. So do we have any questions about this so far?
Not about that specifically. We do have a chicken question from Hayden,
Yes.
though. I hear due to heavy artificial selection, many of these hens suffer serious medical issues by the time they turn around 2 years old. Have you noticed that with your hens?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it is really, really, really intense selective breeding. When we talk about our egg-laying chickens, we often ask folks to guess how many eggs a year our chickens should lay, and the answer is 10 to 12 a year. Petunia would lay minimum 260 eggs a year, but closer to about 300 eggs a year. And she would be laying at sometimes a rate of more than one egg a day for a couple of months period in her time on a farm. So she would be laying so many more eggs than is natural or healthy for her. And the way that her body is able to do this is through having a hormonal system and endocrine system that makes really weird levels of hormones for a chicken's body. So in our bodies, hormones will trigger all sorts of processes. They'll trigger us to know when we're hungry. They will help us fall asleep. They will help us grow. They will trigger all sorts of biological processes in our body. And her body is triggering laying eggs at a really high rate. So she's got this sort of really weird endocrine system that is linked to really high rates of cancer. So they are very, very likely to develop ovarian cancer. They get it at the highest rate of any type of animal in the entire world because of how they've been bred. And they're also really likely, by the time they're 2 years old, to have osteoporosis because their bodies have run out of calcium that's going into those eggshells, which is why here when they lay eggs at Sanctuary, we'll feed them back to them with the eggshells intact. Did we have other questions?
I don't believe so. Oh, but Sherry is already sharing Petunia's Pledge on Facebook. Of course you are, Sherry. Thank you so much.
We're so grateful, even if Petunia doesn't want to put on a show. Oh. I tickled her foot, and she stomped at me.
What's she been doing over here, though, by the way? She's been hanging around.
She has been preening, just having a good old chicken bath, cleaning out all of the little bugs or dust particles that may have gotten trapped in her feathers over the course of the day, and staying nice and tidy, right, and cleaning out that little scruffy butt.
She will grow those feathers back. She's working on it. Don't worry. She looks a lot better than when she got here. She's still a little scruffy looking, but she will continue to grow those back. So she'll be good.
And should we go say hello to Nancy while we talk a little bit more?
We should say hi to Nancy because Nancy lives right next door. Nancy is also a chicken, and she's very, very sweet. Hi, PJ. Can we see your buddy Max real quick? There's Max hiding in the corner. We're gonna leave you alone now, Max. Bye. Oh, PJ, no you don't. Uh-oh. Are you gonna sneak out? Oh no!
Bye, Petunia. Never more interested in hanging out with us than when I am leaving. Thank you, Petunia. Nancy Pants.
Hi, Angel Face.
Someone who wants to hang out with me slightly more than Petunia. Because Nancy is one who is known for enjoying a good butt scratch. Hi, sweetie pie. Yes. Nancy was for a little while hanging out with our rabbits for a little while, but she is off on her own field at the moment, and she is one of our special needs birds, so she's been having some health trouble as she gets older, and she's a little bit more sensitive to the temperature changes, as well as just has a hard time keeping up with the other chickens. So we haven't found a good chicken pair for her at the moment to live with. So she's been hanging out as a solitary hen. But I gotta say, Nancy has always been a fairly independent hen in her time here at the sanctuary. Back when she was a bit younger and didn't have some of the health problems that she's been dealing with now, she was quite the adventurous little hen. She'd go all around. She was in our underfoot family, and she absolutely took advantage of that and would just say hello to all the other chickens, kind of flirt with them through the fence. Never wanted them to actually approach her, I've got to say, right? Right. Just wanted to kind of show off and strut her stuff a little bit there. Do we have more questions coming in or no?
Well, Janine is wondering, how's Al?
Al is doing...
How about Al?
Al is doing wonderful. So Janine is one of Al's sponsors. Al is a chicken here at the sanctuary, and we're so grateful that he sponsored Al. He's such a good guy.
Hayden is a little bit biased. Hayden loves Al.
I am very biased. I think Al may be one of the best chickens of all time. Yesterday he did have a nice long cuddle with me. I was having a rough day, and I went in to hang out with Al, and he came over and he just cuddled with me all day. And this morning he was walking into our barn kitchen because he gets some medical care on a regular basis. He goes into the kitchen to get some of his feet tended to because he has something called bumblefoot. That's a chronic health problem for him, and so needs sort of regular feet grooming sessions is not the right word. They no longer get wrapped up, but he does need to soak his feet and help them get tended to. And when he goes in for his health check time, he gets blueberries for being a very good boy in the kitchen. And he gets very, very excited about this, so you just let him out of his field, and he follows you as you walk together to the kitchen, or rather the human walks, and Al, with his little short chicken legs, just runs behind you with great enthusiasm and absolutely no grace whatsoever. No grace. It's a beautiful thing to watch. He's doing really well. He really enjoyed his blueberry time this morning, and
Nancy time.
Can we see Nancy here?
except for the little swing being a little bit in the way. Here, how about this, actually? Oh, that works. I'll come around a little bit more.
Oh, no.
Oh, and there's PJ in the background. And actually, Janine, I think, was it Janine who was also saying about Al as a friend for Nancy?
Al used to be a friend of Nancy's. Al has currently, Al is living with another one of our hens named Ruth, who also was cuddling me yesterday. Al is a bigger guy who has what I would call a great deal of enthusiasm for life. And his energy and lack of respect for personal space that I personally love about him, but not all others do, makes him right now not a good match for Nancy, who has some mobility issues and who we would want to make sure wasn't getting harassed by Al, no matter how good his intentions were. But thank you for loving Al either way, Janine. We're just gonna move this swing behind me here.
Yeah, I still can't see her too well. Do you think she would mind being swooped up and brought a little closer so we can see her? And if she's not into it, that's cool too.
I'm going to let her stay feet on the ground.
Okay.
But we can also say hello to Bobby and Christian if you want some bunny time.
Well, we are running a little bit short on time, though. We did have one more question that popped in about Petunia. Let me just find it again. Does she, from Dina, does she ever get to roam outside of her coop? She is clearly curious. She's a very curious girl. You are correct.
Yeah, right now she does not get underfoot privileges. She is not currently a part of Sidra and Pilar and Sebastian's flock. And those are our free-roaming chickens at the moment, who go into their coop at night. So we are hesitant to mix and match that, because chickens are very particular about who they hang out with, and so we always want to make sure that they're living with other chickens who they do get along with. But we'll see if that changes in the future for Petunia. She's definitely a curious little bird. Where are you going, Nancy? Where are you going? Bye, Nancy. Okay. Oh, we're gonna poop on camera.
Oh, are we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, we're working one up, aren't we? Well. Oh no, or we're just gonna groom.
Maybe not.
We're just
those feathers were telling me a poop was coming, but I was wrong.
She kind of went into poop stage. Oh, and we are wondering also from Dina, if they actually use that swing that's been getting in your way.
There are birds who have used this swing. Nancy does not. Petunia does not. A lot of them, once they are older and have health issues, or if they're just always a larger bird, the swing is not their favorite. But some of our smaller chickens and our younger chickens have enjoyed the swings over the years. So, where are you going, Nancy?
She's getting away.
Oh.
Oh.
She has fully walked away from us. But I know we are running out of time here, so I just want to encourage you again to sign up for Petunia's Pledge. We'll wait for the truck to go by. I want to encourage you to sign up for Petunia's Pledge. This is us hoping to give to you a chance to try out something new that is going to have a wonderful positive impact on the world, on beings like Petunia June, who are never raised for their flesh. Petunia June very well may have been thrown away after she was killed and never eaten, because her body would have been so sick. They're never raised to be killed and eaten directly as meat. They are used for their eggs. There are beings here who are used exclusively for their milk. And we are so grateful to be able to provide them a home. And we want to give folks the opportunity to make choices that will help support those of our rescued animals who are coming from industries like the egg industry, like the dairy industry. And we also are so acutely aware, in 2020 especially, a year that started out with Australia on fire, and that has recently come to our own sort of shores here in the United States, unfortunately, with devastating wildfires out west, devastating tropical storms and hurricanes in the south, the worst hurricane and tropical storm season we've seen arguably since 2005. We have not seen this many storms in history, except once in 2005, the year of Hurricane Katrina. And we know that these devastating ecological environmental disasters are related to climate change, which we also know, although so multifaceted, is also spurred on by the ways that we are growing our food, or the ways that we are confining and raising animals to be eaten across the world. So this is also a great opportunity for us to stand up and say, you know what, we do have some individual choice here, and we can choose to look for new ways of living an abundant, wonderful life that leaves animals and their eggs, their milk, off of our plates for hopefully a healthier future for us all. So we have so many resources that we want to share with you, and Lauren and I all October are going to be doing some virtual sanctuaries that are focused around sort of Petunia's Pledge, covering some new subjects that we haven't touched here on Virtual Sanctuary yet, including we're going to do one on aquatic animals, which I'm very excited about. So some very exciting content coming, and we hope that you'll tune in every Tuesday and Thursday for us here on Facebook, and it will get published on YouTube later. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, and we'll address them in future virtual sanctuaries. We are so grateful for your support, for listening and watching. We've got a question before we wrap up, apparently.
2 questions. 1, Heather wants to know, nice shirt, Kaden. Where can I get it? Oh my gosh,
well,
look at that shirt.
This is a very comfy shirt. One of my favorites. Are we looking at Petunia in the background?
PJ's back.
This is our Tucker for President. Real 2020 theme there. It is a super comfortable shirt. I think I'm wearing a size small. So if you are 5'4" and roughly my size small, fits great. But you can get it online on our website, and if you sign up for Petunia's Pledge, you would get 35% off. And so do that now. Get a Tucker t-shirt, and it's perfect for the fall. Go apple picking wearing your Tucker t-shirt. And what was our second question there, Lauren?
Actually, I was wearing my Tucker shirt the other day and had a very nice conversation while waiting in a line to get into a store with someone about how her daughter is a teacher and loves cows. So hopefully, maybe this person is watching right now, if so, hi. Or maybe they want to take their class on a virtual field trip to the sanctuary, which are also things that we do.
Yes.
My other question is a joke.
Are you going to do the joke?
Do you want me to should I do my new chicken joke?
Oh my goodness. So I did threaten last week that we were going to do, Lauren was going to be back for our virtual sanctuary because she was missing one day last week. I really missed my helper. And I said Lauren has a new chicken joke that delights me, makes me truly cackle. Yeah, I think we should do the joke, Lauren.
Okay. Kaden, why are chickens so great?
Why are chickens so great, folks?
Because!
Because it's a chicken sound. I have terrible delivery because I laugh every time I try to do it, and I can't do it. Also,
we have a visitor.
Hi, handsome. You're perfect in every way. It's true.
Even if you're not a chicken.
He is not a chicken, but he's a chicken in the sense that he's nervous about things sometimes. But yes, so thank you so much for tuning in. Where have I covered all the things? If you are interested in seeing more of us, please check out our CIS Live offerings. We do offer private virtual tours right now. And if you are interested in sponsoring an animal, you also have the chance. That is one of the few ways that you are able to come here in person to visit your sponsored animal at the moment, because we are still closed to the public because of COVID-19. But as Janine, who sponsors Al, knows, it is incredibly rewarding to get to see updates on all of our friends here at the sanctuary, and to know that you're helping out in providing them a good, safe home and all of the care and food that they could possibly need. Although the pigs will tell you that we're starving them, but we're not, I promise. I promise. And we hope to see you next week on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thanks. Have a good one.